we are going to talk about presentation skills. So let's just draw something in 2-point perspective. What it's going to be, I've got no idea. We'll just sort of freestyle as we do this. So our line's going off to a vanishing point over there, vanishing point over here. Same sort of thing. Nice little cuboid. I quite like to add little cutouts on this corner. It's just quite a nice little thing to have. Like so. So we've got one there, like that. Let's add a little box to the back as well. Have that coming out. So we've got a little box at the back. Let's add a box coming out the front as well, just because we can. Thinking about our lines all being in the right direction. Like so. Let's add a little triangular cutout on the back here, just a random shape, vertical there. And then let's put a little cylinder sticking out on the side here. We've got an ellipse on there. That ellipse would come out in this sort of direction. And another one coming out here. Obviously you would do this more accurate than I'm doing it. And then let's have a little wheel on here that's been cut into it. Okay, so you can see I'm always making sure that I am keeping things in perspective. Let's move something in like this. Imagine our ellipse is cut into there. Like so. Okay, so we've kind of hashed out a rough shape, okay? Vanishing points going off in these directions for our lines. And now let's talk about using line weights, shadows, a little bit of shading to make your presentation skills and your drawings stand out. Because at the moment it looks pretty budget. First thing to do is think about line weights. Okay, we know we've got construction lines, which is what this is, and line weight number 2. So we can draw back in. Line weight number 2 is here for this definitely, because we can see our spider as he crawls over it. Oops, that's not very good. Like this. This is line weight number 2 as well. This is line weight number 2 here. This is line weight number 2, so is this. So is this back one. This one here. This vertically here. This is line weight number 2. What else have we got? There's line weight number 2. This cylindrical part there that's not. This part here is like this. Obviously we've got these bits that stick out on the front, just like this. That's all looking pretty good. So from there we also need to start adding line weight number 3, which is going to be here, because as our spider crawls along we'd lose him, and along here like this. This top part of our cylinder, this bottom part of our cylinder, around here. Ooh, that's a bit squished, but it'll do the job. We've got this line back here, this vertical line is as well. Our back line like so, this line coming up here, this line coming down here, this line sticking out like this side line, and this line here. And very quickly you can see, just by using a fine liner, we start to get things that stand out pretty good. That's not bad. Oh, missed this line up here. Like so. That's good. We should have also added this one in as a line weight number 2 here. Okay, so on there, we now have something that stands out a bit better, makes the eye understand what is going on. You would then, if you're doing this properly, add a good shadow. I'm just very, very quickly going to hash out what we think the shadow might look like. it would probably be something like this. I don't know, we might have something that sticks out a bit more like there. You understand the shape, probably something like this. That would do the job, okay? And then you would hash that in very, very quickly. And the reason for using a shadow is it makes it seem, it makes the product seem as though it's actually sitting on a plane, a face, a floor, whatever you want to call it, tricking the eye. Okay, so it's all about tricking the eye. So there we go, it's now sitting nice and flat. The next thing you can do is you could potentially add some color or some labeling, okay? And when it comes to labeling, it's quite nice to keep it capital letters, okay? So you might want to say this part here with the squiggly arrow, line 3. I want to underline it, O-line it for, I don't know where we're going to go. Let's go for this part here. Line 2. And you can see always horizontal to the page. Have we got any construction lines? We could say that this bit in here is line 1. Okay, and immediately with some nice squiggly arrows, it starts to look a little bit more professional, a little bit more design oriented. Let's start adding some shading. So if we think about faces, this internal face in here is going to be pretty dark, right? So we use this blue. We know that we've got some dark in there like this because of how the light is hitting it. Okay, this part might be slightly lighter. This is also going to be really, really dark in here because the light's not going to get to it. Okay, we can add a little bit of shading in there, get slightly lighter as it comes out. Going to be a bit darker in there, etc. Okay, in here it's going to be very, very dark, so you could maybe just completely color that in. And then again, technically with circles, you want to be going in this direction to help the eye understand what's going on. And then maybe on the inside part, you want it to be a little bit darker. Okay, obviously doing this very quickly, but you kind of get the idea. So starting to add some shading where the light's coming from. So the light is coming from over here somewhere, is going to help us to understand what is happening. So that face is going to be dark, this is a bit lighter, this is potentially lighter, and obviously this face here, we've missed that line there, which isn't helping us. Okay. Other thing you could do is you could add, people like to add a little box of color. So they like to pop this just to make it look a bit designery, I suppose you could say. So if I come up like this, do this very quickly. And obviously these bits that come over, we can just go in and rub them out to give it a nice crisp line. Okay, and that is how you can start to present a page in quite a nice manner, and it allows you to basically showcase your idea. The more labeling you do, the better your shadows are, the better your shading is, the better the actual sketch is, the easier it's going to be to understand. And you can see that we did that quite quickly. Again, you'll be adding far more detail, but hopefully you get the idea. So keep practicing that. The more you do this, the better you're going to get and the easier you'll find it.